The alien encounter that happened in Zimbabwe on September 16, 1994 is considered to be one of the best close encounters of all time. It is strongly believed that 62 children came face to face with alien beings that day. While the children were outside enjoying their recess, some of the children noticed 3 to 5 very odd objects in the sky. One of these odd silver circular crafts landed not too far away from where the children were playing. The children were in awe of this object and they ran to go have a look. The children said 2 very small gray beings, about 3 feet tall, with very thin necks, came out from the craft. Some of the children were terrified as these 3 feet tall creatures reminded them of an old African legend about small demons who ate children. Some of the children ran back crying and screaming, and they told Mrs. Kirkman, who was attending the snack bar at the time. Now Mrs. Kirkman didn't believe a word of their story, and she continued with her work. Then, more and more children started running in and telling the adults what happened. These kids were just going nuts. The headmaster started to take these children very seriously and told them to draw what they saw. Now keep in mind, the children in that area don't know about aliens and UFOs. They told the headmaster that they saw 2 small gray creatures coming out of a very odd silver circular craft. They also said that these small beings could disappear and reappear at will. Now since these children were all going nuts over what they saw, the headmaster had investigators come to the school in hopes of finding out exactly what happened to these children. The children drew what they saw and showed it to the headmaster. The headmaster knew that these children were drawing pictures of UFOs and alien beings. The kids didn't know that at the time. Some of the older children also said that these beings spoke to them telepathically. The alien beings told them to stop polluting the earth and that we needed to take better care of our planet, or else there would be dire consequences. Now the investigators were blown away by the children's stories. So the investigators decided to question each of these children one by one in hopes that the kids would crack and admit to making up these crazy, out-of-this-world stories. Out of the 62 children, not one of them said that they were lying. If the children were making up these tall tales, the odds are at least one of them would eventually crack. But they never did, making the skeptical investigators believe that these children were in fact telling the truth. There was also another investigation 16 years later after this encounter, and not one thing had changed. Still to this day, the 62 eyewitnesses are 100% convinced that they saw what they saw, making this one of the most credible alien encounters of all time.